So I'm going to talk about two masks. One I made myself, 6 layers of satin from bedding from Amazon, sewn together in this like cornrow style, and then finished after a couple of sets of snipping and some bias tape on the central seam and at the bottom here to tidy it all up. It's held together by straps on your back of your head. And the second mask is a commercial one, 4D Flex Sport. I've had this for a number of months. Both of these are washable. This one I wore in hospital, had an operation, and as soon as I came to, I put this back on. I keep it tied like that if I've only worn it for half an hour and I'm not going to wash it. But when I do wash it, I untie it and then dry it as fast as I can. On this time of year, that'll be a radiator, and they're not quite the same design. This one utilizes a special fabric that's quite thick between your fingers, super spun inside that fabric, you know, an area that would trap particles as they go through, and this is amazingly breathable. Now the one I made myself on my sewing machine, not as breathable. So this one, if I was to compare to say an FFP2 or FFP3, this is less breathable than that, maybe quite a lot less breathable than that, but still breathable. Wouldn't want to run in it, but I could wear it for hours at a time, and I have done. This one here, the commercial one, 4D Flex Sport, much more breathable than an FFP2 or FFP3, and I think that's just because it's so open inside this fabric. As online there's some links to the pictures under a microscope, and you believe it when you see it. But either way, this one I could probably exercise in. I certainly was able to sleep in it. This one I wouldn't want to sleep in, but as a high filtration mask, if I didn't have FFP2 or 3 to use, I'd probably be fairly happy with this. Certainly I think it's probably better than the 3-ply surgical style masks. You know, with the straps, it fits and doesn't leave gaps at the sides or around the nose. There's nose wire in here too, already sewn in. So this is the one I made myself, 6 layers of satin. So it does hold out from my face, but as I breathe in, you can see it pulling in. If I didn't do that stitching in rows before I assembled the mask, the innermost layer would just float straight onto my nostrils and lips, and it would impede the whole breathing experience, decreasing the breathability enough that you'd say, I can't use this. Other people, myself included, have tried to stitch in some retainers or plastic pieces inside, so I've called those retainers or stiffeners. There's a lady online, Gail, who's called that bonning. Anyway, so you can see it's imperfect, but you know what? It's working without stiffness. This is the commercial one, 4D Flex Sport. It's more breathable than the one I've just tried. I didn't make this, I bought it. Has nose wire, but it has no other stiffeners in it whatsoever, nothing. Just the nature of the stitching of the pieces of fabric has cupped this away from your face in a 3D style. And there's almost nothing I can do to make that fabric pull onto my nostrils or lips as I breathe in aggressively. It's not quite like you're not wearing a mask, but it is amazing in its ability to not impede your breathing at all. As I say, I've slept in this one post-surgery, and I didn't think I would, but I didn't plan on sleeping, and I did, and when I woke up I thought that was fine. Anyway, so both of these high filtration masks up in the 90s for all the important particle sizes, and would recommend sewing the one I did or buying this one or an equivalent depending on where you are on Earth, because they're both very good.